Welcome to day number 5 of VEDA, which stands for Video Every Day in August. Today I'm going to be going through all of the equipment I use to film YouTube videos, just so you can get an idea of what I use, because I am asked often about that. This is actually going to be the first of 3 videos kind of around this topic of like how to YouTube. This one's on my equipment. The next one I do is going to be on how I record audio, because I do covers. And then the last one is going to be all about how I edit videos and thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to stay tuned for those kinds of videos as well as other things that I'm doing for VEDA this year, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. And yeah, let's get started. Before I get started, I just want to point out that you don't need any of this equipment to start making YouTube videos. All you need is your phone or something to record videos on. I just have all this equipment and I'm very fortunate enough to be able to afford it. So if you can't afford it, don't think you can't make YouTube videos. You can just use your phone or any other camera and you should be set. This is just all stuff I've built up over the past 3 or 4 years. That's why my collection of things that I own is so big. If you're looking to upgrade any piece of equipment in your already YouTube tool bag, I would definitely recommend upgrading your audio. As everyone knows, most camera audios are pretty bad, and really almost any other external mic or attachment mount mic will do a really good job in trying to make your videos one step up. So for audio, I use the Zoom H1. It's a portable microphone that you can take around. It's cordless. And that's what I'm using right now as I'm filming this video. I also recommend getting a dead cat. That's the little fuzzy thing on the outside of my microphone. It just helps exclude any outside noise or wind noise, especially when you're filming, and it'll just make everything sound better. I used to record on the Blue Yeti, which I still have, but I just upgraded to this one. They're about the same audio quality, but I like the Zoom H1 a lot better because I don't have to be connected to anything and it's a lot more portable, even with the same high quality. For lighting, I use the Deva ring light in the style of Nebula. I believe it's one of the best ones that they offer, but I got it on hella sale, so that's why I have it. I use this light for all my videos that I do inside. Anything outside, you just need the sun. You don't really need any lighting. Even inside, it's kind of just extra oomph onto my video, so I don't really need to have it on all the time, but I do like to have it because it does make your skin a lot softer. Before I had the ring light, I had a couple umbrella lights which I used, and I got them in a garage sale. They were good lighting for what they were, and they got me through a lot of videos. I would definitely say lighting is not something you need to invest into, especially if you have access to windows or any outdoor lighting, or if you can film during the daytime with all natural light, because it's going to have that same effect of buying lighting. It's just kind of a nice extra thing to have to make your videos a little bit nicer. When it comes to the camera I use the Canon 70D. It's the one I've used for about a year now. Before that I had the Panasonic G7, and I actually traded this one for that, which was a pretty good deal. This camera is really good for YouTube because it has an incredible autofocus as well as so many settings that are perfect for someone who's not the greatest at working the camera. So I would definitely recommend, if you have the budget for this camera, to use it. I stick to this one style of video which looks like kind of washed out white because I think it's very aesthetic. But this camera is super versatile and you can do so much with it, but I just stick to this and it works well for me. If you're in the market for a new camera, I definitely would recommend this one if you're doing the kinds of things that I do on my channel. But if you're doing vlogs or anything like that, I would say go check out some vloggers and see what kinds of cameras they use, because they're going to be more geared toward what you like. Cameras can be really expensive, so I only recommend upgrading if you have the funds to do so. The cameras on your phones nowadays are really impressive, and you honestly don't need to have a DSLR to get good quality for YouTube. So I currently have 3 tripods. The one I'm using right now and the one that my camera mostly lives on is the 70-inch tripod that I use mostly all the time. Super stable, super amazing. It's especially great if you're filming at home a lot. I would definitely not recommend it if you're using it to go out, because it's kind of big and clunky and it might get in the way if you're trying to do video or any kind of production out in the real world. But it's definitely a great tripod and I definitely recommend it if you're filming a lot of videos at home and you need something to keep your camera stable. The second tripod I have is this 50-inch one. I got it off Amazon as well, and it's really lightweight, really versatile. I use it a lot to put my microphone on when I'm doing covers, because then I can get the microphone closer to me instead of being far away behind the camera. I also recommend this tripod if you're looking for a cheaper version of the one I talked about earlier. It's a little shorter, but it's still stable. Not quite as much as the other one, but for the price, you can't really complain about it. I used it for a year and a half before I got the first one we talked about, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. So the last tripod I have is actually a recent purchase. It's a GorillaPod. It's a super great tripod, especially if you're going to film outside, because it's very portable, unlike the other two tripods. So that's why I bought that one, and that's why I would recommend it to you if you are doing the same thing. If you're in the market for a GorillaPod or anything that's like this, I would definitely recommend going on the more expensive route, because I used to have a cheaper version and the little ball parts broke off. So I would definitely recommend splurging a little bit, working with these kinds of tripods, because if you don't, they can break fairly easy. I also have a couple miscellaneous items I use for filming that don't really fall into either of those categories. The first is an audio cable. It connects my Zoom H1 to my laptop. I use it for when I'm going to record audio straight into GarageBand, so especially when I'm doing harmonies or anything like that. I wanted to point it out because the Zoom H1 doesn't actually come with any cords that connects it to a laptop, so it's just a good idea to get one if you're thinking about doing anything like that with your recorder. I also wanted to point out this phone holder, which screws into a tripod. I used this a lot when I was first starting out, and I made a lot of my videos using my phone to just record the video. I still have it, and I still use it sometimes whenever I need to put my phone in a tripod, and I definitely recommend looking into this if you're looking to go the route of using your phone, and it'll just help keep the quality of everything nice and prime, because it'll help keep your video stable. That's what I wanted to say. Last thing I wanted to share with you guys is this little camera mount. I actually just got it a couple weeks ago along with the GorillaPod that I talked about earlier, and it's super amazing because then I can just attach my external microphone right on top of my camera, and I don't have to have my tripod out for when I'm recording audio. Of course, this is only for videos like this where I'm talking to the camera and the audio doesn't have to be perfect, because when I'm filming covers, I like the microphone to be more in front of my face so you get a better quality of sound, just because the farther the mic away, the more outside background noise you're gonna get. Before I end this video, I just want to point out again one more time that you don't need any of this equipment to start YouTube videos. All you need to do is have a drive to do it and some sort of camera to record it. I also recommend going on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace if you're looking for new equipment, because oftentimes you can find good equipment for cheap. That's how I got a lot of the things I have, like my camera. I'll leave links down below in case you want to check out any of the things that I mentioned in this video today. And yeah, I hope you have a good day. Happy VEDA, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!